What is up, YouTube? Welcome in and welcome back. So today I'm going to take another look at IU. After I did Deer Name reaction, people wanted me to react to 8, and also check out DK TV's explanation of the song. And actually, I went and looked at the explanation before I actually looked at the video, and then I went back and looked at the video. And he did a great job explaining his version of what he thinks the song means. I find it really incredible and kind of amazing. She has these songs that people have to dive deep into to get the meaning. I think that's awesome. But I also saw another video by somebody else who had a slightly different version of what things mean, particularly like the lizard and the train and the her flying away on the dragon and that whole thing. So again, on my YouTube feed, another explanation popped up, and it's by the same guy, DK TV, and he did an explanation of kind of explain how you and I, above the time, and blooming are all connected. And I had seen blooming. That was like the first thing I'd actually seen. I saw the concert. It was the first thing I ever reviewed of hers, and which I loved it, and I went and looked at the video and everything, and then I saw you and I. And, I was like, wow, this is pretty cool, interesting kind of video, especially it was almost like a little movie because at the end there was credits and the outtakes, were very funny and stuff like that. But when I looked at his video, he explained that, and then I didn't know there was a middle video called Above the Time. And he kind of connected them all, which was pretty obvious. So the way he did it was like, wow, I didn't, that makes sense. But when he was doing that, there was something I noticed in Above the Time that I said, I got to go check this out. And maybe I'll do a reaction to, because I haven't looked at the video at all, except for what, he was pulling clips from it and stopping and explaining it. So I wanted to check it out because there was something about that video that rung a bell. And I wanted to go check it out, and I'll let you know when we get there what I think it is. Yeah, this was the first video was just kind of like the whole time machine thing. I thought was pretty cool. So anyway, let's check this out. I'm curious. And like I said, I looked at the video, so there's a lot of stuff here. I know kind of where it goes, the December, calendar and everything.
서로를 닮아 기울어진 삶 소원을 담아 차오르는 달 하려다만 괄호 속의 말 이제야 어디도 다.
He also said the pictures, which I can see now, the first video had pictures of her, and in this one there are pictures of him, which is kind of interesting.
넌 영원히 도착할 수 없는 섬 같아 헤매던 날 이제야 기록하지 않아도 내가 널 전부 기억할 테니까 기다려.
So that's the mark she put on his arm in the first video. And I think that's was it 1220 mark? Yeah.
과거를 막지 않고서
I never really understood what the duck connection was, or a goose. I guess it's a goose. I know it was in the first video. I don't remember if it was in Blooming, but yeah, that's. I'm not sure if that's a metaphor or if it's if she actually has a goose and likes goose. But I thought that was interesting.
네가 기다려 기어이 우리가 만나면 시간의 테두리 바깥에서 과거를 멈지 않고 산다면 숨이 차게 춤을 추겠어. 드디어 기다림의 이유를 만나러 꿈결에도 잊지 않았던 잠결에도 잊을 수 없었던 너의 이름을 불러줄게. 기다려 잃어버렸던 널 되찾으러 엉키었던 시간을 견디어 미래를 찾지 않을 듯 빨라 숨이 차게 달려가겠어. 긴 서사를 거쳐 비로소 첫 줄로 접혀 나 두려움 따윈 없어.
Okay, so this is where all of a sudden it hit me in the middle when I was watching it before, and I'm pretty sure. I think I know where she got her. I don't know, well, she didn't write the song, but I'm pretty sure this is where the inspiration for the song came from. There was a movie, and this is a kind of a long story, so you guys sit down for a second. There was a movie one of my exes made me watch back in the day. It was like it's like I always call it one of these girl movies. I was younger, and I wanted action movies, and she was like, "Oh, we got to watch this movie." And I was like, whatever. And so the name of the movie is Somewhere in Time. And the premise of the movie is about a guy who goes back in time to meet his love. And if you get a chance to see it, you don't even have to see the movie. Actually, I think there's a little short on YouTube that kind of has the score, the musical score, and some clips from the movie. But the idea, he goes back in time. He basically wills himself to go back in time, to meet this woman that he falls in love with her picture on the wall. And so he dresses in the right period clothes, and he lays in the bed and he concentrates on going back in time. Anyway, bottom line, he goes back in time, he meets this woman, they fall in love, and they have this kind of like she was doing this, they're dancing, they're going out, they're on a boat, they're doing all these things together and just enjoying each other's company. And then while they're laughing and kind of going on, he reaches in his pocket and pulls out a penny. And this was, I don't know, when he went back in time, I think it was probably in the 40s or something like that. But he pulled the penny out and said 1979, which I think was when the movie was written. And seeing that penny drew him back to the present. And he sees the penny, and she sees him, and they're both like looking at each other. And he, basically fades away and wakes up in his bed. And he's crying because he's lost her. And I won't tell you how the movie ends if you want to go see it. But yeah, that's this. I don't know why this reminded me of that. I think this part right here where he's in such pain, you can see. If you look back just a little bit, where is it? Right here. Yeah. Let's see.
긴 기사를 거쳐 비로소 저절로 잡혀
Yeah, right here. He's in pain because he just realized he lost her when he didn't have his 1220 little mark on his arm. So anyway, I think that was and I know a woman wrote the music, the lyrics to this. And like I said, that movie is it's a in a lot of ways I call it a female dream. The funny thing was at the end of the movie, I was like, oh, that's horrible, and my ex was like, oh, that's so wonderful. And so anyway,
두려움 따윈 없어
and that's the connection to the next movie, which is Blooming, which is the blue rose that she drew on his hand.
서로를 감아보게 여신 삶 그들을 감아 내려보는 달 여전히 말하고 싶은 말 우리 좀 봐 꼭 하나 같아
There's a duck up here. That's interesting. Well, so yeah, that was like I said. I saw when I saw that in his explanation of what was going on. I said that reminds me of Somewhere in Time. The whole idea of somewhere in time and meeting somebody that you love, going back in time to find them. Um, I and then once I learned, kind of how this worked, I had to go back and look at the ones I had already seen, and I wanted to look at this. I said, well, let me do this on a reaction. That way, I can kind of explain what I'm thinking while I'm watching it. So yeah, I've I've definitely fallen in love with IU and who she is and what she does. And actually, I made a comment before that about Taylor Swift, and I think people misunderstood. I was comparing her ability to draw crowds to Taylor Swift's ability to draw crowds. Okay, and because I think I said before, she's kind of like a. When I said Taylor Swift, I meant in terms of her crowd appeal and the fact that she can pack stadiums like Taylor Swift. But her music, a lot of her music, I would say musically, I said, she's kind of like Adele in terms of she's got a huge fan base across multiple generations. Um, but she also, another person that comes to mind is Celine Dion. She has that elegance. Um, she's, I think in Blooming, for instance, where she's changing clothes, I thought it was very interesting at the end. After she tried on all these fancy clothes, she ended up with this kind of very pretty, um, just very girly dress that was just so so innocent looking. I guess is the best way to put it. So yeah, she's a lot of people rolled up into one, and then some of her own. I mean, her ability to tell stories and just connect with her fans is special for her. Anyway, this is turning into a longer video, so tell me what you think. Leave a comment down below, and if you found this interesting, like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you later.